There they are. Can you believe it's 1977 from the time we did this? And we're still here in the same car.
Well, I guess there's two amazing things. That we're all still here, and the car is here.
All right, here we go.
Oh, I think we're out of gas.
Joyriding again, eh? Why don't you try to choke? Thanks, I will. Hey, leave him alone.
Oh, I think we're out of gas.
Joyriding again, eh? Why don't you try to choke? Thanks, I will. Hey, leave him alone.
Oh, I think we're out of gas.
Joyriding again, eh? Why don't you try to choke? Thanks, I will. Hey, leave him alone.
Oh, I think we're out of gas.
Joyriding again, eh? Why don't you try to choke? Thanks, I will. Hey, leave him alone.
You mind if I join you? Well, that was really enjoyable. I loved that. The three guys in the same car for over 40 years. That really was amazing. A lot of fun. So, what'd you have for lunch? I had a peach. I like peaches. They're fuzzy. Yeah. It's a nice day, you know. Nice weather, right? Yep. Yeah, you don't talk much, do you? But same time tomorrow? This episode is... It's a Ringo alert. Wait a minute. Ringo's about to be hit, maybe, by the Jackie Gleason bus. Close your eyes. No peeking. Both eyes. Thanks, Popeye. You're in the Playhouse. This episode is wacky. Welcome to the Playhouse. I'm Uncle Paul. Well, today we're going to be talking about the most popular non-sport card that was in the 1970s. But first, it's time for our very special hellos. That's fun, dude. Well, special hello to Andrew of Parlogram, Nick, the record lover, Matthew Street, Beatly Tone, Dave Sundstrom, Brendan Snyder, Johnny P. from Kentucky, Suyun and Bumsa, and congratulations for going to elementary school, Ron Gilday, Clifford and Susan, Kelly, first generation fan Mr. Winston O'Boogie, June, Jerome Luby, Safe and Sound Texas Audio Excursion, Shauna Eve Lee. And those are our very special hellos for today. And if you'd like a very special hello, or to a pet, or anyone in your life there, please leave a request in the comments below, and we'll make sure to say hello in a future episode. Oh, one more thing. This should have been in episode 8 of the Playhouse, which was Happiness is a White Album Blizzard. So we wanted to show you this real fast. This was available in 2000, and this is an actual TV guide that they made. You had to mail away from it. They had 4 covers of the Beatles individually during the week of November 11th through 17th, the year 2000. But this was, again, a special one that you had to mail away, but a real TV guide paying tribute, of course, to the White Album. So we just wanted to share that with you. Of course, you may want to go back to episode 8 if you would want to see more White Album stuff. Right now, we're talking about something that in the collectible trading card world in the early 1970s, everyone knows these. And as you see, they're Wacky Packages, and they were produced by Topps. Now, they were first produced in 1967, and they released them as what they called cloth patches. And we actually have an original 1967 wrapper that, of course, the Playhouse kept. It says Wacky Packages patches. And now here are a few. Now, these normally, again, Wacky Packages didn't get very real popular until 1973. That's where these are kind of textured, and they usually, what I always remember, is that they fall off the card very easily, and perhaps also why these didn't take off as well as they should have at the time. And then also at the same time, Wacky Packages released the same art designs by the wonderful, the main illustrator, but I know there was many men that did this, but Jay Lynch is the artist, one of the artists that did these. So this is what we call a die cut. Again, released in 1967, and the instructions on this were to wet back and press onto any surface for 10 seconds. This is number 44 of 44 Wacky Packages that were released, again, in 1967. Now, perhaps again that release didn't really take off. So they took the same artwork and released it in 1973. And then the world became wacky for Wacky Packages. In fact, Wacky Packages in the year of 1973 to 1975, Wacky Packages outsold baseball cards. And we all know that Topps was known for releasing baseball cards, and those were the most popular of cards that were available. But for those 2 years, Topps sold more Wacky Packages than baseball cards, as we said. Now, we're going to show you some examples from, again, the wonderful artists that made these. I'm going to tell you, it's Kim Deitch, Bill Griffith, Jay Lynch, and Norm Saunders. And these were 2 books that were released rather recently. In 2008, the first volume came out. And these are beautiful. And these are you can still find these, and not at high collector prices. But you get to see all the Wacky Package artwork larger for all of the series. And, a few years later, they released a volume 2, where it even says an introduction by Jay Lynch is in this book. But if you're a serious Wacky Package collector, the Playhouse highly suggests pick up these books. And what I even love about it is that the book covers kind of feel like a wrapper from the cards. Oh, here's a 6th series. There were 14 series, I believe, but we'll get to them in a minute. I know there's a lot of historical information about Wacky Packages, and I'm not going to claim to know all of it. So excuse me, because I respect all the serious sites and channels that are just dedicated to Wacky Packages and the history. So excuse me if I do get some things a little wrong. We're just really trying to share the items. And this is a 6th series box that held all the packs for 5 cents. And there were 2 versions of this box. And what makes this one, this is the rarer one, because they brushed out this of the title. This would have been Weekies here. And so this is called like the non-title box. But then there is a more common box where you do get to see them. See, the only thing, I'm sure I took it for granted, but Wacky Packages spoofed products, and sometimes there were legal issues where the manufacturer of the product gave Topps a cease and desist, and that they had to stop producing that particular card. And that's why even some cards are more valuable than others because they were deleted from the series. All right, now we're going to get right to the series, finally. These are wonderful binders that were put out by Roxanne Tozer, and she's, of course, with Non-Sport Update. Very nice person. We've talked many times. And in 1999, she had these custom made, and Jay Lynch did some work, but wonderful binders to hold your cards. Here's the back, and they all are kind of the same. So this binder holds the 1st through 4th series. And here's the checklist. And then, so this is the classic first series that really exploded in 1973. All the children were taking these, including myself, to the school, and all the teachers were all upset. Don't take your Wacky Packages to school and glue them onto your wooden desk at that point. Let me show these real fast. So this is a binder 1. Series 1 through 4, they each hold. So yeah, it's 16 series, and then this binder held series 5 through 8. Same thing. Very nice. We luckily have a complete set of all the cards. And then this one held series 9 through 12. Very colorful. Again, the back with all the checklists, with the Wacky Packages that are available in the binder. Of course, you just bought the binders. As a collector, you had to have the Wacky Packages to put in the binder. I did want to make sure everyone knew that. She wasn't selling the binders with the cards. And here's the final one, 13 through 16th series. So this is a wonderful way, as I said, to display your Wackies. Now, due to the success of Wacky Packages, Topps themselves started marketing other products, and there were a lot, on t-shirts, and it was very popular. So we're just going to show you one example from Topps being authorized, and these were the Wacky Packages boxers. Yes, so here's 8 jerks on it there, and then they make 2 as far as I know, and these didn't come out in the 70s. These are a more modern, I think in the early 2000s, because Wacky Packages have basically never gone away since being so popular in 1973. And because they were so popular, other gum card manufacturers started releasing kind of, we won't say copycat, but it's up to you. So we're going to start with something that did take off somewhat. Now this was the company Fleer. So they released crazy labels. And obviously this is a take on Wacky Packages. There were never, as far as I know, any legal complications. Now Fleer released these in 1979. And we have a few of the wrappers. So they kind of mirror what you put the products on. I think there were only, again, Playhouse members, correct me if I'm wrong, I think there was only 1 series of the crazy labels. But here is the complete set. There were 64 in this first series. So you get, they're always funny. Spaghetti with mystery meatballs. I mean, they don't, to me, Wacky Packages are the king. But it is certainly quite fun to have. Now, of course, that led to even more, and we had crazy covers. Now, I was looking at these recently, and these are funny, very funny. So these just spoof magazines of the day. So here's a comic book, Fat Man and Brat Boy. But one I definitely wanted to point out to you, because we always talk about the Beatles, there's a parody cover of, it's called Rolling Stone. It's right here with my thumb. And it says at the bottom, what really bugs the Beatles. And they spelled Beatles with 2 E's. Because I guess that might have been a legal thing. So they didn't want to spell it the correct way. But right next to it is TV Died. In this issue, Best Reruns of 1958. Well, to me, that's how the Playhouse watches television every day. And then they had the famous checklist puzzle as well, that you'd have to collect all 9 cards and then check off which crazy covers you had or still needed. And this has, again, 2 series. This is the second series of crazy covers. And last for quick duplications is the Continental Baking Company, which was really known for, at the time, manufacturing Twinkies and Wonder Bread. They made what they call wacky TV show cards, but they were available on the back of like Twinkie boxes. You would get 3 and you'd have to cut them out. So that's why this set is very difficult to obtain, because they weren't sold in gum packs, right? But these are, to me, with TV funny things, the flying bun, to smell the truth, the cod couple, as you see, and I'm going to show you a few more, because I thought, again, while we were getting these ready for the Playhouse, that these were underappreciated at the time, but are really funny. Hoagie's Heroes, because the man is preparing a hoagie sandwich. The Tardy Boys, American Handstand, the Flint Rocks. I could go on and read all of them to you, but I would suggest seeking these out, even though these are kind of rare, so it's kind of difficult, I will admit, to find a full set. Because remember, the only way, they had to cut them out and eat. Now, eating all the Twinkies wasn't a problem, of course, but you had to keep getting products. And so other things through the years that they've put out, like a little fun thing here is a Wacky Package stickers clock, and that hangs in the Playhouse normally. But I really suggest and enjoy the world of Wacky Packages. It's a giant collecting world, and I hope everyone has enjoyed our Playhouse exploration into them. And, well, for now, the Playhouse is closed. Thanks, Joe Friday.